Hi, class. Happy Friday. This is your week 26, day 5 of your math corrections. So, as usual, please do it first and then check your work here. Let's get started. First problem here today looks like what we're supposed to do is to write the fractions or the mixed numbers if it's representing a mixed number, like I see it is down here, number 2, for the shaded parts, and then solve the equations. Make sure to write your answer in simplest form. Okay. Looking at the first one here, I see a fraction model broken into 3 pieces. In all of these, it looks like they've broken it into thirds, 3 pieces each. They colored in pieces in kind of weird ways, but on this first one, I see 1 is colored in out of the 3 pieces, 1 out of 3, 1/3, 1 out of 3. Remember that fraction line, you could say out of. Okay. Another thing to remember, guys, that fraction line is also a division symbol, right? You're saying you have one whole and you're dividing it into 3 pieces. 1 divided by 3, 1/3, 1 out of 3. Okay, we are adding in this problem, adding. And the next one I see 2 pieces colored in, 2 out of 3, 2/3. Okay. The next one, the copy machine was a little off, but it's supposed to be all the way colored in. So we're adding 3/3 more, 3 out of 3. I colored it in a little bit more there so we can really see what it's supposed to be. So we have the equation 1/3 plus 2/3 plus 3/3 to add together, all in thirds. Our answer will stay in thirds. How many thirds do we have altogether when we add the numerators? 1 plus 2 plus 3? We have 6 thirds. Okay, are we done? Did we follow the directions? Write the answer in simplest form. Did we do that? No, it's in fraction greater than 1 right now. That's not considered simplest form. If you have 6 1/3 pieces, you can put them in groups of 3, right? 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. There's one whole, 3 out of 3. We could do that a couple of times, right? So there's 3/3, that's one whole, plus another 3/3 to make another whole. And altogether, that's your 6/3. 3 plus 3 is 6, right? So one whole, 2 wholes. Final answer could just be 2. Final answer is 2. That's the best, most simplest form. All right, number 2. Again, these first 2 are supposed to be all the way colored in. Okay, so that's like 2 wholes. And then I see in this one, it's broken into fourths, and I have one of them. So this is like 1/4, right? So the mixed number for this is 2 for the 2 wholes and 1/4, 2 and a fourth. This time we are taking away, and we're taking away 3/4. 3 out of 4 are colored in on that model, 3/4. So that's our equation, 2 and a fourth, take away 3/4. All right. Something you might notice is if we're trying to take away our fractions, if you have 1/4 and you're taking away 3/4, we don't really have enough fourths to take away 3/4, right? But we do if we remember that these whole numbers could be considered more fourths, right? So what we needed to do here was first think of this mixed number back as its fraction greater than 1. Let's just turn it all into fourths. If we do that, you have 4/4 plus 4 more, that's 8 1/4 pieces, and we have one more. That makes 9. Or you can remember the trick to convert a mixed number to an improper fraction or fraction greater than 1. You multiply down here 4 times 2, because every whole number is broken into 4 pieces in this case, right? So 2 wholes times 4 gives you 8 1/4 pieces plus the one more that's up there. So 4 times 2 plus 1 gets you to that 9. There are 9 1/4 pieces, 9/4 in this side, right? Can you guys see what we're going to have happening now? We have 9/4 take away 3/4, and we can do that math much easier now. 9/4 take away 3/4 is 6/4. Still not a final answer because it's not in simplest form. 6/4 is the same as having one whole. That's your 4/4 plus 2/4 left, right? Because if you have 6 1/4 pieces, 4/4 is going to make one whole, and you have 2 of the fourth pieces left because you had 6 altogether, right? So 2/4 left. Some of you hopefully noticed that's still not our best answer because 2/4 simplifies even farther. 2 is half of 4. That's an equivalent fraction for half. So very best answer is 1.5. That's the answer we needed to get to. Either one is correct, But according to the directions, writing the answer in simplest form means that we need to not leave it as 1 2/4 and not leave it as 6/4. It needs to get taken all the way through these steps, all the way down to 1.5. That is your very best answer. Best answer. Okay. All right. Number 3. I see one whole and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of 6 on this. So 1 4/6. And this time we're adding. We're going to add one whole and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. 1 5/6. All right. Let's see. We have 1 4/6 plus 1 5/6. Okay, not too bad. We could add our whole numbers. 2, 1 plus 1. And then we have 4/6 plus 5/6. 4/6 plus 5/6 equals 9/6. Again, a fraction greater than 1. We need to simplify this. There's actually another whole number hiding right in that fraction greater than 1, right? How many sixths would it take out of the 9/6 to make another whole number? That's right, it would take 6/6 to make another whole number. Okay, so if we did that, if we took 6/6 out, instead of 2 wholes, we now have 3 wholes. And if we use 6 of the 9, how many are left? 9 take away 6, we're left with 3/6 remaining. Once again, just like on the problem above, when you had 1 2/4, we have a fraction 3/6 that simplifies, right? That's another fraction that equals half. So very best answer, the one you needed to get, according to the directions, simplest form, would be 3.5. That's the answer. 3.5. Okay. Number 4. This time it's broken into eighths. Each of these wholes is made out of 8 pieces. Okay. We're going to do some subtraction. The first one shows me 2 wholes and 1/8. So my mixed number is 2 1/8. We're taking away 1, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 8 on that other one, so 1 6/8. So we have the problem 2 1/8, take away 1 6/8. If I look at the fractions, 1/8 take away 6/8 is going to be a problem, right? You can't take away 6/8 if you only have 1. So same as before, we need to make more 1/8 pieces by converting our whole numbers, thinking of them not as one whole, but as their individual eighth pieces, so we can have more eighths. Okay, so again, the trick to convert a mixed number into its fraction greater than 1, you're going to multiply your 2 wholes times 8. 2 times 8, because each of the wholes is made out of 8 pieces. 2 times 8 is 16, and here's 16 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So 2 times 8 is 16, plus that one more eighth piece, plus 1. So 16 plus 1 equals 17/8. We're going to need to do that math first. We got to make that conversion so that we can take away eighths from eighths. So I got to do the same with my 1 6/8. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 6 makes 14. So 14/8. Now we're looking at a much simpler math problem. 17/8 take away 14/8. Our answer is going to remain in eighths. You have 17 take away 4, 3/8 is your final answer. Well, class, that is all of our corrections for our last day, day 5 of week 26 of your math. Thank you, guys. I hope you all have a nice weekend. Enjoy a little bit of air. Remember, guys, maintain that social distance from others, but do get outside. It's good for your body. It's good for your mind. So get outside, play around out there. Just be a kid. Have some fun. Don't stress. We're all going to get through this. Taking care of you guys. Bye.